Okay, so this is my round 7 game. Um, and I want to take this game, use this game as an opportunity to talk about mental fortitude and stamina in a tournament. So this game comes after three back-to-back losses in the past three rounds. Um, in two of those, the first game I really didn't have much of a chance of anything, but in the previous two games I had chances to draw, and I had a better position than one for a little while, and at this point, I was just sort of feeling a little dejected, a little bit like I just didn't really want to be playing the tournament anymore. I was sort of checked out, which you can't do that in a tournament because if you win, if I win the next like two games, even if I have another loss somewhere in the tournament, I will have had a very good tournament. So um, you really can't just after a loss like the one I just had, you have to sort of take some time to recover mentally, and the faster you can do that, the better the better the rest of the tournament will go. So as we'll see, I just really was not in the mood to play this night, and I just sort of wanted to stop the bleeding. But it's really like this game could have turned the tournament around. So anyway, we'll look at it. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We have a Roy Lopez with queen e2, which is my repertoire for the tournament. b5, bishop b3, bishop e7, c3, d6. Okay, so bishop e7 is a very passive setup against this. Now white is better, whereas if black puts the bishop on c5, the position is more or less equal. Black might have actually a slight edge according to the machine, but white still has play. Castles, castles, rook d1, and bishop g4. So the bishop doesn't belong on b4, or g5, g4. I mean, sorry. Uh, when the bishop's on g4, h3, bishop h5, and then eventually d3, the knight's going to wrap around and kick it, and then once it's on g6, it's just sort of sitting looking at some pawns. This is not the square that the bishop belongs on. The bishop should really be either on e6 to trade or on b7 to put pressure on e4, but g4 is just not the square for the bishop to go to. So d3, rook e8, and now I bring my knight over. He plays knight a5, which, my bishop just drops back to c2. No problem there. And then c6, which is a very strange move, because now if I ever play b4, the knight will need to go to b7, which is really not where it wants to go. And also, normally in these structures, they put the pawn on c5 in order to get some queenside play. But so yeah, I felt like c6 was very, he's made probably a few, bishop f8 even also probably not ideal. I mean, he's made a few strange sorts of moves. The combination of bishop f8 and bishop going to g4 and h5 is especially poor, because now you can't even play g6 and bishop g7 because the bishop is going to get trapped on h5. The bishop needs the g6 square. So those two inaccuracies and this third inaccuracy, I would say probably white has, I don't know. If I had to guess computer evaluation, I'd say probably around +1. I mean, white has an advantage now, and a strong player should win this game pretty much. I mean, pretty much every time. Um, g4, bishop g6, knight g3. Uh, the way to punish the bishop going to g4 and h5 is to play g4 and put the knight behind the pawn. Uh, as I learned in this tournament, the if the bishop is still on like c8 or d7 or e6, then you might run into some sacrifices on g4. h5 though, I mean h5 is another move where it's like I really should be punishing this person now. My opponent should be punished for his play. I played g5 and h4, sort of thinking about my game in round 4, the first game I lost, where the knight and another piece like gang up on this pawn and there's no way to defend it. Um, Bishop e7, and I played b4. I was in this position. I just remember feeling. And this is what I'm trying to talk about in this video. I mean, I just remember feeling like scared that I was going to lose another game, um, because I I mean, I was looking at f6, which, is probably not a terrible move for black, but also black's position is just so bad. I should never be scared of f6, really. I was just looking, okay, like if I take, and then he has maybe some pressure on h4, and maybe I want my bishop on b3, looking at on this diagonal. So I put the bishop on b3, and then after a5, I'm like, okay, what am I really doing? The bishop on b3 is preventing f6 for now, but now a4 is coming, and I don't know. I just felt like I was playing a little scared, and I was scared in this game, even though I really have nothing to. My position is probably borderline winning at this point, but I just remember feeling scared. I played d4 and I offer a draw, and he obviously accepts it because I mean he has to know that his position is terrible. Um, but I just really didn't want. I mean, d4 is probably a fine move, and I was just. I don't even remember what I was scared about. I mean, I'm threatening to take on e5 now. I think my main line was like queen c7. I take, he takes, and then I don't even remember what my line went, how my line went at this point. But so basically, I instead of turning the tournament around with a potential win, I was too scared of losing another game that I just wanted to stop the bleeding. I knew my opponent would accept a draw because I knew that my position was better, and I just ended the game. I just killed the game. So I mean, now we can look at this with a machine. I'm sure that all it's going to do is show how winning I was. I haven't actually seen how winning it was. Um, Queen e2, bishop e7 is a very passive move, but I'm sure it's still fine. C3, d6, castles, castles. Rook d1, bishop g4 is it says it's good, but I would classify this as an inaccuracy. Um, d3, rook e8 is an inaccuracy. That move felt more natural at least than bishop g4. Knight d2, the combination of bishop f8 and bishop h5 is just really, you can't be doing this because the bishop on f8 has no future. You can never play g6. I bring the knight back. Bishop drops back to c2. g4, knight g3. Yeah, this position's around +1, which is sort of what I thought. Um, and then now h5, and now it's better than that. I mean, this position is, I would say, borderline winning. g5 maybe not the most accurate way to play. Bishop g5 and then bishop e7, knight f5 looks really good. If takes twice on g4 there, I will be able to play like knight h4, I would imagine. Like if I play bishop g5, bishop e7, knight f5, if they take twice, probably knight h4 is, I'm hanging a bishop. Okay. Um, So yeah, this position is just very, very bad no matter what I do, really. G5 doesn't really throw away the advantage. This is also a fine way to play. Bishop e7, and yeah, b4 is good. Knight b7. And now I can think about just playing like a4, a5, and then put the bishop on b3. He can't really break in the center very easily because his pieces are so misplaced. Like every black minor piece is misplaced. Maybe the bishop on e7 is fine, but really it should be on this diagonal. Um, So white is just doing extremely well. Bishop b3 probably not the most accurate move. A5 and yeah, d4 is a good move. So I play the best move and then offer a draw. The position's not winning, but really it can become winning in like two moves if black doesn't play very accurately. But I was just scared. I mean, this my line I think was like queen c7 takes, and then Um, I wasn't totally sure what I was going to do here. I saw that a4 was coming. I saw that maybe I was going to play like a3. Uh, that way I can be a4 with a bishop. Oh, no, no, no. No, because he's starting to take on b4 right now. So I need to connect my rooks. So probably, I mean, bishop e3 is sort of more natural than bishop d2, but maybe there's some. Well, oh no, my b pawn's also hanged. So I need to play bishop d2. Yeah. I think I probably could have found bishop d2, but I think that given my mindset, playing like takes and then bishop d2, like I wouldn't have felt necessarily comfortable. But that's not an excuse to terminate the game prematurely like I did. You really, in order to especially with two more rounds after this one. If this was the last round of a tournament, then yeah, I could sort of make an argument for just make the draw and get out of there. But there's two more rounds, and if I don't win this one, then I'm still going to feel terrible in the next one and in the last one. So really, you need to try to bounce back. Uh, and this would have been, I mean, this game would have been a really, really nice opportunity to do so. So, um, yeah, it's just it's going to continue making the tournament feel bad, to make this draw offer. And then, now I leave and it's like, okay, well, I played two lower rated opponents and I scored a half out of two. Uh, and yeah, so I think that what this whole tournament has shown to me, uh, but this sort of moment in the tournament, especially, is that I need to work on my stamina and I need to work on recovering from tough losses, uh, or even like just anything that's not ideal. I need to not have that impact my play in next round games. Um, so that was after the tournament. That was my main goal, was to try to in future tournaments not let a loss really get to me. Um, so that was what we did moving forward, and that's what I will continue to try to do. So stay tuned for the last two rounds. I'm gonna try to get those out in the next couple days, as has been happening. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.